The Seven Lucky Gods by Japanese Folktales. Brought to you by TellStory.net. Stories from around the world. In a small mountain village where harvests were thin and winters long, a community of hardworking people shared what little they had and looked after one another. One year, the cold came early, and the food stores were lower than ever before. One evening, as snow began to fall, 7 unusual travelers arrived at the village gate. The first was a round, jolly man with a great cloth sack slung over his shoulder and a grin that never left his face. The second carried a fishing rod and had the easy manner of someone raised by the sea. The third wore armor and carried a spear, with a fierce but noble look in his eyes. The fourth was a graceful woman in flowing robes who held a lute. The fifth was a long-bearded elder with scrolls under his arm. The sixth was a serene old man with an unusually high forehead, walking slowly with a staff. The seventh had the bearing of a stern but kind guardian.
Honored travelers, we have little, but please share what we have. Come warm yourselves by our fire.
The village elder welcomed them at the gate. The travelers exchanged quiet smiles and accepted. That night, despite having barely enough for themselves, the villagers gave freely. An old grandmother brought out her last rice cakes. The blacksmith fetched his warmest blanket. A young mother ladled soup into the strangers' bowls before filling her own children's. Later, gathered around the fire, the 7 travelers revealed their true nature. The jolly man with the sack spoke for them first, and he was Hotei, the god of happiness and good fortune.
We are the Shichifukijin, the 7 lucky gods. We wander Japan to see how its people treat strangers and those in need.
The villagers gasped and fell to their knees, but Ebisu, god of fishermen and merchants, gently waved them back up.
You have nothing to bow for. In all our wandering, few have given as freely as you.
Deikokutin, god of harvest and abundance, set down his heavy sack and struck the earth once with his mallet. Where it touched the frozen ground, grain stirred in hidden stores below.
True wealth is already here.
Benzaiten, goddess of music and all flowing things, drew her fingers across her biwa lute, and a warm note filled the hall, easing the cold. Fukurokuju, god of wisdom and long life, spread one of his scrolls open and described plants and growing methods suited to mountain slopes. Jurajin, god of longevity and good health, tapped his deer-headed staff against the floor, and the sickly among the villagers felt warmth return to their limbs. Bishamon, the protector god, stood at the door and looked out at the dark hills.
Your village is well guarded already, by each other.
For 3 days, the 7 gods stayed and worked beside the villagers, carrying wood, mending rooftops, and sharing what they knew. They ate from the same pot and sat on the same floor as the people they were visiting. On the morning of the 4th day, they prepared to leave. A child ran up to Hotei and tugged his sleeve.
Will you come back?
Hotei laughed, a big, rolling laugh, and crouched down.
We are never far from those who live the way you do.
He ruffled the child's hair, then rose and walked with the others into the morning mist. One by one, they faded from sight. The village grew well from that year on, not wealthy in gold, but with enough food, steady health, and the kind of warmth that drew passing travelers off the road to rest a while. And when asked why their little mountain village always seemed to thrive, the elder would smile and say,
Because the 7 lucky gods saw what we had and decided it was worth blessing.